What's good, y'all? It's Classic Made. Today I'll be doing my stylistic breakdown of Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Let's get into it. So starting off and break down both their strengths and weaknesses. So for Movsar's strengths, has insane chain wrestling, is able to spam a ton of takedowns relentlessly to secure top control. So, you know, people can like get up from his takedowns, but he'll just shoot right back on them. He's basically just an insane chain wrestler. Has an underrated ground and pound and is actually able to land decent shots on the ground, as we saw him actually bust up Diego Lopez a little bit on the ground in their fight. And against Alger was able to land nice shots to keep control of the fight. Has very clean boxing and doesn't have to use it much, as he usually has people on the ground. He looks pretty high level on the feet, as he was able to outstrike and nearly finish Arnold Allen in the second round and clearly outstriked Aljo. Also has insane cardio and scrambling ability, as we saw against Aljo, as he was able to look fresh during one of the highest paced grappling heavy fights ever. As super scramble heavy, super just high paced fight. And Movsar still looked pretty fresh by the end of it. So for Movsar's weaknesses, doesn't really have any finishing ability, as we should know, as he's never finished anyone. Doesn't have any finishing ability really on the ground or on the feet, which means someone who could get up from his takedowns constantly and pressure him like Arnold Allen did could give him some problems, as Arnold Allen was able to make it very competitive when that third round against him. Was able to bust him up with the knees. And his wrestling is good, but not impossible to stop. As we saw Arnold Allen be able to, use down blocks, be able to, use guillotines and stuff. Was able to lock in a ninja choke and use that to get up. And Arnold Allen was able to stuff a lot of his takedowns and make it very, very competitive. So for Lerone Murphy's strengths, very solid technical striking, and is really good at just managing distance. And when fighting similar strikers, usually seems to style on them. He's just very good at fighting his pace. He fights a smart, circle heavy, low kick heavy, just kind of runs away. Fights smart. Kind of like an Ian Gary, kind of like a stick and move heavy style. Very similar to like a Leon Edwards. Also has very good cardio, as he went 5 rounds against Emmett and usually gets better as the fight goes on. Like against Emmett, lost the first round but was able to kind of dominate him for the rest of the fight. And has very good recoverability, as we saw him get dropped against Danny Ige and come back and get the win. It was kind of style on Danny Ige later in that fight. And for Lerone's weaknesses, not much finishing threat either, as he only has 2 KOs out of his 9 fights. And he tends to point fight. He doesn't really have any KO power or anything. Seems not to do too well against pressure, as Aaron Pico, this Bellator guy, was able to land some big shots on him. And Danny Ige was literally dropped Lerone Murphy with pressure. He doesn't do that well against pressure, we found out. He looked flustered and scared against Aaron Pico. And he has sus takedown defenses. Josh Emmett was literally able to pick this man up and slam him. And Gabriel Santos also took him down 5 times, which is, worrying. As Gabriel Santos is unranked and Josh Emmett is the number 14 ranked featherweight and is 40 years old. So for now, who I think wins based on these strengths and weaknesses, it shouldn't come as any surprise to y'all. I think Movsar Evloev wins this by 50-45 decision. Now y'all may be wondering why. Why do I say 50-45? Why do I say Movsar wins this fight? Let's get into it. Starting off, Movsar has way better wins than this guy. Let's just break it down. Let me break this down for you. Movsar has way better wins than him. Movsar's best wins are number 2 Diego Lopez, who was literally challenged for the belt twice, and I know it was on 2 days notice, but still, Movsar won a clear decision over him. Diego Lopez since then has gone on to fight for the belt twice against Alexander Volkanovski. Has beat guys like Gene Silva, Brian Ortega, and is, one of the better featherweights at the moment. Who'll be fighting Steve Garcia in the White House. Number 5, Aljamain Sterling, former bantamweight champ, shut down his hopes of ever becoming a double champ. Was able to take him down. Was able in a super heavy, scrambly, high-paced fight. Was able to play Aljo's game and win it and dominate him on the feet too, and win a close 29-28 decision. And Arnold Allen, Arnold Allen's a top 5 striker in this weight class. He's made it competitive with guys like a Holloway, guys like Gene Silva, on the feet. Arnold Allen's very high level in his striking, incredible speed, and Movsar was able to outstrike him for a good majority of that fight and get his takedowns at moments. Then for Lerone Murphy's best wins. Oh, brother. Number 14 ranked Josh Emmett is his best win. The guy that Kevin Vallejo's slimed. It's not like Lerone Murphy won every round against Emmett. No, he arguably lost 2 rounds against him, as he got taken down 4 times and controlled. And literally, he just had to circle away from Emmett and pick at him to win. Like not an impressive performance by any means. Hate to tell you. And then he has his other best wins are an unranked Aaron Pico, a guy who comes from Bellator. Let me remind you, a Bellator guy who was never champion. And Lerone Murphy was getting flustered against the fence and basically landed a fluke spinning elbow to beat him. Like that was not good. And unranked Dan Ige. Dan Ige isn't even ranked anymore. He got KO'd by Mokazayo Costa. Like Dan Ige lost to Patricio Pitbull, and Lerone Murphy got dropped by him and barely squeaked by. Like that's not a good look. So for who has better wins, you want to tell me? I just don't think it's the guy with 2 unranked wins. I hate to tell you. Movsar by far. Come on, bro. He has 3 top 10 wins. Lerone Murphy has none. No top 10 wins for Lerone Murphy. Barely even has 1 top 15 win. Movsar's best wins are Diego Lopez and Aljo, who are both top 5, both guys who could challenge for the belt. Diego Lopez has challenged for the belt. Aljo is a former bantamweight champion. Who has Lerone Murphy ever fought that's gotten close to a belt? You tell me. Maybe in Bellator if we count Aaron Pico. Lerone's best wins are literally a 40-year-old and a Bellator bum. Come on, bro. And even against Dan Ige, let's just compare these fights. Movsar dominated him 30-27 to him. Busted up his face. Lerone got dropped by Dan Ige and barely won. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about here? Alright, now for my next point. Lerone Murphy has mid-takedown defense. I hate to tell you, but he kind of does. Lerone Murphy was taken down by Dan Ige and controlled for over 2 minutes. Dan Ige took you down and held you down for 2 minutes in the 3rd round. Come on, bro. Dan Ige. The same Dan Ige that lost to Patricio Pitbull. And Dan Ige is definitely not known for his grappling skills, yet he was able to control Lerone Murphy on the ground. This one's interesting. Lerone Murphy was taken down by Josh Emmett 4 times. Josh Emmett, the 40-year-old who just lost to Kevin Vallejos by knockout in 2 minutes flat. Lerone Murphy got picked up and slammed by him and treated like he was his son. You know, won the last 4 rounds, which he should against the 40-year-old Josh Emmett, but Josh Emmett's not known for his wrestling. Come on, bro. And then this fight's the most interesting one. Lerone Murphy fought an unranked guy in Gabriel Santos, and he got taken down 5 times by him. Gabriel Santos is good, but he got chinned by like David Onama. And Lerone Murphy was taken down 5 times by him, and everyone thought he got robbed. Everyone thought Gabriel Santos should have won that fight. And Lerone Murphy Lerone Murphy arguably lost to a guy who wasn't even in the top 15. That's crazy work. Here's some footage. I even backed it up. We got Josh Emmett picking up Lerone Murphy. We got him getting a trip on him on the ground, making Josh Emmett look like some world-class wrestler. I mean, we got the Gabriel Santos takedowns getting picked up and like cradled around, getting held in back control. You know, having to fight off chokes against Gabriel Santos, and getting held and getting a nasty just open double leg, not being able to stuff a double leg in the left there. And then for my final point, Movsar is very underrated striking. He was able to make it very competitive against a guy like Arnold Allen on the feet, who himself has made it close with guys like Max Holloway. He took 2 rounds off of Max, Gene Silva, in striking. So for Movsar to win a lot of the striking exchanges against Arnold Allen is very impressive in my opinion. Like Arnold Allen's one of the best strikers on this earth. He's gonna school Mokazayo Costa in his next fight. I can guarantee you that. Like Arnold Allen's incredibly underrated. Movsar also seems to have sneaky power for a guy who's never finished anyone in the UFC, as he actually rocked Allen pretty badly with a jab and look, he had him wobbled. Like he actually almost had Allen out of there in the 2nd round. And then he was able to completely outclass Aljo on the feet, like made Aljo, and Aljo's not a great striker by any means, but like he cooked him on the feet. Like he was landing spinning wheel kicks, overhands, and made him just very uncomfortable on the feet and made Aljo shoot like panic takedowns and out-grappled him. And also in the Aaron Pico fight, we saw Lerone Murphy get very flustered because of the takedown threat of Pico. And against Movsar, I hate to tell you, this ain't a Bellator guy with like a round of cardio and 4 knockout losses. This is the Russian wrestler himself, Movsar Evloev. You're cooked, buddy. You're fried. So for now, let me tell you what's gonna or my bad. So here, I just want to show you some footage. We got him wobbling Arnold Allen, dropping him with a jab on the left there, and then how he like looked after he got back up, wobbled, and also landed the spinning wheel kick on Aljo. I know it's kind of hard to see, and then landed this overhand on Aljo reaching for a leg. So now I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in this fight, so you know. Movsar will win this fight by 50-45 decision. This will be an absolute domination from Movsar from start to finish. He will shoot a lot of takedowns, and he'll get most of them, as Lerone Murphy's takedown defense isn't that good. And with the takedown threat and pressure from Movsar, I see Murphy being incredibly flustered on the feet, like he was against Aaron Pico. And I think we're going to see Movsar outstrike him for chunks of the fight. I think he's actually going to outbox Lerone Murphy for good moments of this fight. I think Movsar will also be able to control him on the ground and land some clear damage and ground and pound as the fight goes along. Overall, I think this will be a very dominant win for Movsar Evloev. So, anyways, let me know what y'all thought about the video. Hope y'all liked it. Comment down below what y'all think. I respond to every comment, so. Anyways, this is my full fight breakdown for Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy, and peace. And peace.